You think if you took an award-winning actor like Jeff Bridges and you put him together with an award-winning actress like Julianne Moore, and you put that coupled with a very famous folklore story like The Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, you'd have a hit movie. At least that's what you'd think.
I have been searching for you, Mr. Ward. You are the seventh son of a seventh son.
An order of noble knights combating the forces of darkness. It says here that there are 1,000 of you.
They've all died. We are all that's left.
I didn't really get the idea of the seventh son, so I had to look into it a little bit. It's based on ancient folklore. The idea that the seventh son of a seventh son, and that has to be unbroken, by the way, no girls, no anything in there, that they are mystically strong, like they're 10 times stronger than an average man. They have all these supernatural powers and a really weird connection with the darkness, too. So Jeff Bridges, that you see in this movie, he plays a knight that's a seventh son of a seventh son himself, and he helps push back the darkness for the commoners who don't know how to defend themselves and are, you know, kind of powerless. And the new character that enters, that's his apprentice, he's trying to train to be another knight in this movie. So how is it? Well, you know, when you put those pieces together, you have the opportunity to have a really fascinating movie, even for people who aren't big fantasy fans. So I was really hopeful. I'm a big Jeff Bridges fan. Julianne Moore has won a bunch of awards lately. So I was excited when I came into this movie. Problem is, it takes an hour and 15 minutes to get to a part that people who aren't fantasy film fans will enjoy. Now, if you love the sorcery, witchcraft, warlock kind of thing, and dragons and all that stuff, you're probably going to love this movie. This is kind of right up your alley. But for the rest of us, for kind of more common movie fans who aren't super into that or haven't read the book, this movie's awfully cheesy in parts. I mean, you'd think it'd be better than that, and they have certainly spent a ton of money on the special effects. I mean, it's the same exact company that produced 300, Rise of an Empire, and Godzilla. The problem is, it looks like they hired the scriptwriters from Godzilla and not 300. So where should you see it? Should you see it in the theater? Yes, if you are a fantasy warlock, medieval warlock, you know, witchcraft kind of fan of those kind of movies. If you're not, and you want to see it at some point, wait and see it at home. It's got great special effects that are fun to see on the big screen, but I'm not sure it's worth your 10 bucks, 12 bucks, whatever you pay where you live if you're not a fantasy fan. Who should you see it with if you are going to see it? Well, definitely not young kids. There's a lot of scary, intense scenes in this. I mean, you've got everything from spirits flying around to dragons to people disintegrating and fire in the whole 9 yards. So certainly at the youngest, I would say preteens, and maybe even in that 12, 13 range on up is probably best for this. Now, if you and a group of friends do love the medieval thing, totally great for a night out with your group of friends if you want to see it on the big screen. Otherwise, as I mentioned before, if you want to see it at some point, just wait and see it at home. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this review. I'd love to know what you think of this and other movies yourself. You can share with us at reviewsfortherestofus.com, on YouTube. Make sure to like us on Facebook to keep up to date with all the other fun reviews coming out. And we will see you next week on Reviews for the Rest of Us. Real people, real reviews, real helpful.